with the social media that we have, it's easier to put those groups in contact.
Yeah, I mean, you're just getting hundreds of people sharing his stuff now all the time. But in any case, there's a primary. J.J. Stitt, which I didn't know this guy existed until last week. He was watching the show earlier. In relation to the governor, I don't know what kind. He is primary in Inhofe for the United States Senate here in 2020. And it's interesting. I'm going to meet with him, kind of find his perspective on that. I'll report back to you. And I'm going to talk to some party officials and see, obviously no political party likes a primary of an established, your...
Oh, I don't know about that. I supported Jim Bridenstine. I supported Pat Buchanan in '92
as a party man.
Yeah, but I was relished as a renegade for doing both. Yeah, but nonetheless,
he was hoping his social credit score would stay.
You still can't fly, David Mann. You're stuck in the car.
I mean, Inhofe, he's been around for a while.
Sediment. I mean, he is as old as the hills.
Now his hair will be grandfathered in, though. Right?
And he's got a great legislative record, just like anyone else. He's got record pieces that you can pick apart. And the question is he going to be a lifer? He's very powerful. I think he is the head of the Armed Services Committee. I mean, that's incredible. And so you could argue that he is bringing back a lot of influence to the state. Whether that's right or wrong, or constitutional, I mean, that's certainly debatable. But he is raising the status. It is news. Primary. But this Stitt, though, I'll tell you, don't underestimate a Stitt. He's got a background in law enforcement. He's a businessman. He's got an FFL, and he stands really strong on constitutional issues. So really, I don't see this as a loss no matter what happens.
No, but how does Inhofe feel about it, or do we know?
I'm sure he doesn't feel very well. To find out, here's the thing. I like a lot of things that Inhofe's done. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I want to talk to some of the party people about how they feel and what the thought is. But my analysis,
I'd like to know if he watches our show.
Real
let me check.
Yeah, he was on the show. Stitt was on the show.
I do want to say,
he's watching.
The only concern I have, and we have to look at election law, because we have an incumbent who is 85. Let's just be honest. You do have a little more concern with.
He'll be 91 or 92 permits.
Well, I'm just saying, not everybody who's 85 lives to be 86 even. What happens if all of a sudden we don't have a Republican on the ballot, period? Because
and that's
he doesn't make it to the ballot.
Unforeseen.
That's where it's going. I already give this Stitt fellow credit because it's a brilliant tactical play. Because even if he goes to election and loses, he is now the front runner. He is now the only name out there for Senate. And if something, God forbid, happens to Senator Inhofe,
I tell you, I think Frank Lucas would have something to say about that, or Mark Wayne, or any of them.
Who's Frank Lucas?
Yeah,
but Mark Wayne is.
But my concern too is, let's say you have two names on a primary. You have an Inhofe and a J.J. Stitt, and then you have an unforeseen health issue or someone's life finally comes to an end. And all of a sudden,
it wins
by default. J.J. Stitt's the nominee. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to be careful. In 1994. We decided, Republicans in Tulsa, nobody really had the money or the gumption to go after Susan Savage, our mayor. And so there was not going to be any Republican. And about 2 hours before filing closed, a Ku Klux Klan member,
a Democrat,
Pat Mahan, I think it was, Dennis Mahan. And he files. Now he's the Republican nominee.
Right.
So Terry Simonson, who was our chairman at the time, he's got a dilemma. He had to get his butt in the car, get down to the election board 20 minutes before closing. He files himself. He has no interest at all. But we cannot have a Klan leader as our nominee.
Right.
And you know what? Terry Simonson, this was the pinnacle of his elective political career, because not only did he win the primary, He almost beat the incumbent Democrat, Susan Savage. It was like by 300-400 votes that he lost. And Terry Simonson's never reached that
That
pinnacle
reminds me of, I think,
since.
David Duke, former
Yes.
clan master, clan whatever, Grand Sligo,
Louisiana.
and congressman, the Dr. David Duke. I don't know if he got his degree from the same university as Ron Sharp or not. I don't know. Anyway, he has endorsed Maxine Waters. So the Klan endorses Maxine Waters. So you vote for Maxine, you agree with the Ku Klux Klan.
I'll disagree with the Klansman for the block.
I heard. This is a great one from my buddy Ben Shapiro. When he was looking at this DNA stuff that Elizabeth Warren put out, he said, "Why, she is so white. Richard Spencer's endorsing her."
Yeah, and Ivory soap claims to be 99.6% pure. Elizabeth Warren's whiter than Ivory soap, according to your DNA analysis.
Yeah. So anyway, what else?
Well, we're